guys. First, congratulations on this movie. It's amazing. I'm a big nerd about this stuff, so I loved all of it. My first question for you guys is, had either of you ever read the actual poem, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, before you signed on to this?
Not me, no, never.
That was a surprise. So, okay, that's really interesting to me. Have you read it since, or just you're like, no, I'm just going to go with what the script has? And
No, I hadn't. I kind of the script cast such a spell on me in a way that I just loved what it did. I didn't want to have any other, perspectives on it in a way. It kind of crystallized in my head of what I felt the journey was, and David's take on it. That's kind of became a Bible.
You spent a lot of time in this movie. I know some of it was shot on stage, but it does seem like some of it was on location. You spent a lot of time like just cold, wet, and muddy. What was that like? Like, I always have to wonder, like, as I'm watching a movie, oh, that could not have been fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had such a beautiful crew and a wonderful, kind, soulful director in David. That's really what got me through. But yeah, me and the horse, we were freezing our asses off.
You guys bonded in the trenches.
Yeah, totally. It was. I was a speck in this kind of vast. The biggest character and the most prominent character is nature in this film, and really, the way David shoots, you feel the span of time. Like, they really just tie me up and ask me to try and wriggle my way out of it for like minutes, and it's tough. It's really.
Yeah, it was a lot of just physically grueling, and it kind of really drives home just the point of what a journey like that would actually be like. Like, we have so many heroes' journeys and heroes' quests, but so many of them kind of cut out the middle part of it, which is all the really hard stuff and just the grueling kind of grind, and just, and is that something that you appreciated about the script, that this didn't kind of cut out and, or gloss over all the tough parts of that journey?
I think that was what was really beautiful. It's, there's been so many tellings of stories like this, but we were always kind of fascinated by the clashing of swords and things like that. But actually, this is far more psychological and existential. And in a way, it's a really internal journey, as well as it's, David's managed to balance that internalization with just the vastness and the scale of this thing. But actually, it's kind of representative of this young man's journey. He's romanticizing the knightly quest, and then very on, he's humbled by nature and stripped of all of his riches and privileges, and humbled by this journey in a way. And it would have been cold and brutal, and to earn your stripes, it would have been tough.
Yeah, like, I just kept thinking, if he had a car, he could have gotten there in just a couple of hours. And it was like, oh, it's a 6-day journey, and you have to.
Yeah, should have taken a bird.
Yeah, exactly. So also too, Godwin is actually fairly different from the actual original poem. Like, the original poem, he's a lot more kind of pure and of heart, and a lot more chaste. This Godwin definitely isn't. Did you appreciate that? Like, if you had the chance to do kind of the original version versus kind of the grittier, more human version that you played?
I think we found a good balance in a way, because that I did know. He was very chaste and pure and salt of the earth in some of the older stuff, but we found this kind of, we're trying to balance this headstrong guy that's born with a silver spoon, has this pass of privilege to be in the and by the knights at the round table. But also, one of my earlier discussions with David was like, how do we make this guy more likable, because he was really just quite awful. And so it was just trying to balance and temper that, and that was really up to David. I kind of threw everything at it and was swinging quite wildly as a performer, and he tempered it through the journey.
But I think you did a good job, though, because it takes a really talented actor to be able to kind of portray how flawed somebody is, but still make them likable and still make you see the goodness inside them. So I think you did a really fantastic job with that too. So, but congratulations on this. It was fantastic. I'm really excited for people to see it.
Thank you. And I like, you're very festive in what you're wearing.
I figured it was fitting. I found it and it's like,
yeah,
I'll go with the theme. Amazing. Well, thank you so much.